Okay, in this video, it's more of a tutorial video than a template that I'm providing you guys. I want to show you how you can use Google Veo 3.1 inside of ElevenLabs. Now, I chose ElevenLabs for many reasons. One of the reasons being that you can change and modify the voice. So whether it's a voiceover for your video or the lip sync, you can add sound effects. They have a studio editor built in on top of many other things. So really quick, I want to show you this ad that I made for Flow Bottle. It's just like a hydro flask, like a reusable water bottle. So let's watch this really quick. This is what I generated using Google Veo 3.1 inside of ElevenLabs and using one of ElevenLabs voices for the voiceover.
Every day starts the same. I wake up and I move. Pushing limits takes fuel. I focus and get things done. Life never slows down, and I'm always on the go. Hydration shouldn't be what holds me back. Flow Bottle. Hydration that goes where you go.
Boom, there you go. Now, it's not perfect, right? This is my version 1 of Flow Bottle, but I had a lot of fun making this video, and I have a lot of pointers for you guys to make your life easier when building out your video, your AI video projects, whether it's for an ad, for a product or a service, or for social media, for your social media pages. So really quick overview of the tools that I'm gonna be using. I already touched on one, it's ElevenLabs. This is foundational. So the pricing for ElevenLabs, it's great. On the creator plan, that's probably where you're gonna wanna start out. They've had this 50% off deal for a long time. $11 is an absolute steal for you guys. So scrolling down, let me scroll down to what you get inside of the creator plan when it comes to video and image generation. Let's go right here. So with image and video generation, ElevenLabs is really cool and it's my tool of choice, not only because they have this visual editor right here where I can add videos, I can add music, I can add sound effects, I can add voiceovers, I can add voices that lip sync to the video that generated with Google Veo 3.1, for example. I can do a lot of things. I can add captions right here. You can see I can add captions to my video, all in-house. I'm not building out any automations inside of Make or N8N to make API calls to Gemini API to use their Google Veo 3 model, right? I'm not doing that because if there's an editor, like a tool already out there that exists that allows me to edit videos further right here and further customize it, right? I can add music, sound effects, all that stuff, right? I'm going to be using this tool. This is a perfect example of why if you're creating an automation, like a backend automation like make.com, N8N, you're more often than not, I'm sure there's use cases and exceptions, but you're probably overcomplicating it and you don't need to build out automated workflows all the time if you've got a tool already built out for you. So ElevenLabs is foundational. What I'm doing inside of ElevenLabs, it's really cool. So let me go back to projects. Inside of ElevenLabs, when you log in, if you go over to image and video, this is where you can create video and images. So I already have a Gemini Pro account, so I just created all of my reference images for the product and the model, the character in my video that I just showed you. I just used my own Gemini account right here using Nano Banana Pro, which is, in my opinion, still the best image generator, even above the new GPT 1.5, I think is what they call it. With OpenAI, I still prefer Nano Banana Pro. Anyway, I just built out the product. So this is the product you can see right here, right? I have a side angle, I have an angled view, a top angle, right? So I generated all of those images for the product itself. It does come with a watermark. You can see this little Gemini star right there. You can see it in like all of these photos even more. So if I click right here, you can see this Gemini star. This is optional for you guys, but in order to remove that, if you are going this route of generating your images inside of Gemini, and it does come with that watermark, then just throw it into Canva. If you have Canva, it's great. Or I think you can even use a free Canva account. And let's say, so look at the uploads. If I have like this one, for example, you can see that watermark right there. Do you see that? What you can do is you can actually, here, let me just zoom in really quick. You can actually use this magic eraser. Now this might be a pro feature. Yeah, I think this is a pro feature, but it's really nice because if you don't want to deal with Photoshop or anything like that, you can just click over this like that, erase, and then boom, it erases the watermark for you. So that's what I do. On top of that, if you are generating images inside of Gemini, even though if you specify like a wide angle, like a 16:9 or a 9:16, so like a tall ratio, you will have to probably resize it because you can see this is a perfect 9:16 ratio, the design in Canva. But as I zoom in and enlarge this, you can see there's a little bit of an overlap right here, a little bit of a gap. So it's not true 9:16. So the issue is I'll have to resize it to make sure that it fits the 9:16, right? If I want to zoom in on the shot, I can do that, or I can just make it basically like set the image as background, and then it's a true 9:16, right? The reason why you would do this, let me delete that. The reason why you would do this is because inside of ElevenLabs, and I think it might just be a Veo 3.1 feature, whatever reference images that you upload, so like a start frame and an end frame, whatever dimensions your reference images are, it will match that. The video itself, the aspect ratio will match those dimensions. So you need to make sure if you're wanting a true 16:9 or 9:16 tall, right? You need to make sure that the aspect ratio of your reference images are exact. But anyway, going back to the pricing within ElevenLabs, it's cool because we can actually generate images within ElevenLabs and also generate videos. So let me go back here. You can select between image and video. If I want to create an image, I have all of these. I have GPT image 1.5, I have Seedream, I have Kling 01 image, Flux 0.2 Pro, Nano Banana Pro, right? All of the top performing image and video models I have access to within ElevenLabs, and I can generate them in here without a watermark, I believe. So that's one route. If you don't want to generate your images inside of an existing like Gemini account, you can still generate your images within ElevenLabs and use the Nano Banana Pro model, for example. And then you don't have to worry about resizing or anything like that, because you can specify the different aspect ratios right here. So 9:16, 16:9, 3:4, 4:3. All of that stuff. You can say how many generations, how many variations you want per image. It's really nice. You can throw in reference images. It's awesome. So I would recommend going that route if you don't have a Gemini Pro account already. If I want to generate a video, I have an option between all of the top performing video models, right? So Kling 2.6, 2.6, Cdance 1.5 Pro. All of these, I have Veo 3, Veo 3 Fast, I have Veo 3.1 Fast, or just Veo 3.1. Aspect ratio, I have the options between wide and a tall. I have options for resolution, 720p or 1080p, so I always do 1080p, that's what I recommend. You have the duration set by default as 4 seconds, 6 seconds, or 8 seconds long for your video clips. You can select audio on. If you want audio generated as well, you can set that on or off. You can also set a negative prompt. So this is right here. Describe what you don't want in your video. So type away, say, if I were to like generate this video right here, say I don't want clouds, right? So you can say in your negative prompt, no clouds in the distance on the horizon, stuff like that. And then you can also set your generations, so your variations of videos. You can do 1, 2, 3, or 4. And then as you change all of these right here, you can see that the amount of credits that's going to be used, you can see that right here as you hover over this guy right here before hitting send or generate. So if I don't want to do audio, you can see the credits go down. If I do want audio, the credits go up. I don't think the resolution changes anything. Yeah, the resolution doesn't change anything, which kind of is a little weird in my opinion, but hey, that's I guess how it works. That's like a quick overview of the tools that we're using, right? It's just ElevenLabs, right? You can use strictly just ElevenLabs. You don't need any additional tool, which is nice. Or you can use your existing Gemini Pro account and Canva if you have those tools already. If not, stick within ElevenLabs and you're good to go. When it comes to creating this ad, what I did is honestly, I just went to Gemini. I came up with the product that I wanted to create the ad for, and then I brainstormed for like some script, like some ad copy, and I got this guy right here for a Flow Bottle ad, for a 24-second ad script, right? For Flow Bottle, it's 4 seconds per scene, and this is what it gave me. So I did a little bit of back and forth to modify this and get it to my liking. So scene 1, right? It's in the morning, visual, the bottle sits on a nightstand in soft, moody morning light. A hand reaches in and grabs the bottle firmly. The voiceover is, every day starts the same. I wake up and I move, right? And then the next scene is at the gym. The bottle sits on the floor next to heavy dumbbells, right? The user wipes sweat from their brow and takes a quick sip. Voiceover, pushing limits, takes fuel, right? Now you can see based on my video, if I pull my video up again, I didn't stick strictly to this script and the scenes. You can see right here, she is not, so as she's working out,
fuel. I focus and get things done.
She was not wiping sweat from her brow. She wasn't taking a sip from the bottle, right? I changed this. I modified this. What I recommend, use AI to brainstorm and get like 80-90% there, but modify your system prompt as you're generating your videos or your photos to your liking. You don't have to do exactly what AI tells you to do, right? Remember, we have brains, use it, and we are better at creativity in many ways over AI. That's just my opinion. Might be a hot take for some, but yeah, creativity, AI can get you so far, but use your brain a little bit and modify. If you don't like what it gives you, just change it a little bit. I still wanted a gym setup, a gym scene. I still wanted the water bottle to sit on the floor, and I wanted her to be like mid-exercise. I took that and then I modified this visual that it gave me by default and made it my own. Scene 3, work at a desk, right? A clean, organized desk shot. The bottle set down next to a laptop with a satisfying thud. I didn't do that. It was just set next to the laptop. And I wanted to start with like a close-up on her hands typing, and then it pans around the laptop to the water bottle to show her working. And the water bottle's right there where she goes, right? Wherever she goes, right? Here's the voiceover. I focus and get things done. So inside of ElevenLabs, if I go to, so this is image and video. If you want to generate images and videos, you do that. And then you can go to the studio. This is your editor, and you can create a new project. So a video project is where you'll go, create a video project. I have these right here down below. So I have Flow Bottle 1, Flow Bottle 2. Flow Bottle 2 is the final one that I exported for you guys. So you can see right here, if I hover over right here, you can see it's typing. She's typing away. So if I hit
Things
play,
done.
and ElevenLabs, it's still in beta, the studio, so it is just the only beef I have with it. It's a little buggy. So you can see as I'm playing,
Life never slows down. And
it's a little buggy.
Things done.
And it should be typing, it should be panning around the laptop. So what you have to do sometimes is you just have to hit refresh, and then you should be able to see. So if I click here again,
things done.
see,
Life
it pans
never
around the
slows
back
down.
of the
And
laptop. So like I mentioned before, all of these scenes, it gave me like a base scene to work off of. And then I modified the prompt to my liking, to my style. I used my imagination a bit. And it was actually really good practice as I was generating the images and the videos. I really had to think through every single step and motion in the scene and what I wanted to show up in the pictures. Like when I'm generating the pictures, I really wanted to, it was good practice for me for being descriptive with my prompts. So I feel like I just, with one video creation, one project, I feel like I got a little bit better with how I prompt just a little bit. So that was fun. And then the rest, right, we're ending with the scene, right? Flow bottle, like a product shot, flow bottle, hydration, that goes where you go. And it's just a hand like reaching in and grabbing the bottle. And then at the very end, it shows the logo. So you can see right here, flow bottle.
Flow bottle. Hydration that goes where you go.
Just like that. Brainstorming the idea and the script, the copy, and the image generation, those are the two hardest parts when it comes to creating AI video. I recommend using Nano Banana Pro for generating your images. It's the best on the market right now. I'm actually recording this video January 2nd because holidays got crazy, so I was a little bit late. But Nano Banana Pro is still my favorite image generation model as of January of 2026. So this is how I went about it, right? I generated the products, got it to my liking. I downloaded the reference images. I resized them in Canva because remember, I'm using Gemini Pro and I had to resize it a bit and get rid of this watermark. But if you're generating inside of ElevenLabs, you shouldn't have that problem. So I was doing that with Gemini. I was going back and forth, right? I got the image shots. I didn't like what it was giving me with just images. So what I did is I actually went to Google and I got a beautiful woman and copied that image. And I said, hey, make her wearing casual streetwear, full body shot. So this is her. And then obviously she was holding the dumbbell still. I didn't want that. So I told Gemini, Nano Banana Pro, to remove the dumbbell, and this is her. This is my reference character for the whole video, for the whole project. So that's her. And then I essentially, as I go on and I'm building out these scenes, uploading those image references. So like this one and the product and the mood, or like I went to Google again and I found like a nice cozy morning glow bedroom shot with like a nightstand and a bed. So this is my reference image. And so I told it she is asleep in bed. The water sits on a nightstand on the right side of the bed, and this is what it gave me. So it put her in workout clothes again. So it's going back and forth. I'm telling you this because, like I mentioned, brainstorming the idea, getting the scenes and the copy, and then generating the images, the reference images. So the start frame and the end frame, you can see right here, that's the hardest part. So let me go back to image generation. In fact, I'm just gonna duplicate this so I don't have to keep hopping back and forth. Let's duplicate, go back to projects, and then back to image and video. So start frame and end frame. This is where you want your camera shot to start, and then you upload like a second reference image of where you want it to end. So what I mean by that, for example, if I do start frame, I was doing this morning. Start frame is this guy in the gym. It's here, I can show you in just a sec. It's this guy in the gym. He's boxing, he's wiping sweat from his forehead, and then the end frame is this. So I'll show you in Canva, I'll pull it up in just a sec. So start frame is this, right? He's wiping sweat from his forehead with his boxing gloves still on. And then the end shot is, it's more close up and he's just standing straight there looking at the camera, arms down by his side. Start frame, end frame. And what happens is it's so easy to prompt your video, like Google Veo 3.1. It's so easy to just give it a simple prompt of like, hey, the man is wiping sweat from his forehead, and as he wipes sweat from his forehead, he says XYZ. So it will generate the speech and have him saying whatever you tell him to say as the camera slowly zooms into his face, and it will piece together all of the gaps. It will fill in all the gaps for you. And end right here with this being like the final shot. At the very end of the 4-second clip, for example, it'll be this, essentially this keyframe, this image. So that's what I mean by that. It's the hardest thing. If you can get the AI, if you can get the script of your video and the copy and generate your reference images, your start frame and your end frame, you've done probably 75% of the work, maybe 70% of the work. That's the hardest thing. And then generating the video files, it's almost perfect every single time. Anyway, back to Gemini, how I was going about going back and forth with Google Gemini to get the right reference image. I finally landed on this one that you see right here. She's asleep in bed. She has the covers all the way on her. The water bottle is standing right there on her nightstand. So that's what I eventually went with. And then, so that was a start frame. And then the end frame, I wanted it more zoomed in. So I actually told Nano Banana Pro to generate an image that was more zoomed in. Now, what you can do instead of generating a brand new image, what you can do is I could have, if I wanted to just duplicate this page inside of Canva, this start image, I could have duplicated it, and then what I could have done is manipulate it. So zoom in to keep it exact. So I could zoom in like this and maybe put her in frame, but like the main focus is the water bottle right there. So I could download that image as like the end frame as well. So that's one way to go about it. Or you could generate it with Google Gemini as well. So I also went with this. I can't remember which one I went with, but eventually I got it to my liking. And then I went back and forth with her. I wanted like a keyframe of her like waking up. She had the water bottle in hand and she was like walking away mid-walk, but it kept like doing this weird thing where it was like having her walk like toward the bed or like toward the nightstand. It was kind of weird. And so it wasn't really figuring out what to do. And then as soon as I got something that looked somewhat good, like I finally got her standing straight on with the camera, her face changed. Like, so you can see right here, her face is a little bit different. Her face doesn't look exactly the same. And that's what happens sometimes when you just keep going back and forth, like, no, change this, no, change that. And you just keep going back and forth without uploading like reference images. Like the face will slightly change. And if you do like several, like 3, 4, 5 iterations, your face is going to start to significantly look different than what you started with. So you can see it. I mean, it does, these look relatively similar, but when you reference the actual girl that I have in the beginning, this girl does not look the same as this girl. Now, it could be because she's not wearing makeup, but like if she's wearing makeup in bed, I guess. I don't know what it is, but just know that's an issue if you're going through several iterations with generating images. You can have that problem with character consistency. It might start looking, the face might start looking a little different. So eventually I got it to my liking, I think. Oh yeah, and then I said, let's see, I gave it the original reference image, and I'm like, make it look like her. And then it looked so kind of uncanny. Like her face is super, it looks like it doesn't match like at all. It looks photoshopped. Her face looked completely photoshopped on her body. So that didn't work. So I eventually said this, hey, take this image, right? Make her mid-walk, do a close-up zoom shot of the water bottle in her hand, enough zoom where you don't see her face. And this is what it gave me, right? So no face, neck, water bottle, same clothes and everything. We're good to go. I used that, and then we moved on to the next shot. So I'm like, hey, give me this girl, right, working out with this water bottle on the floor, this attire right here in the gym doing lunges, so with dumbbells. And it gave me this shot right here, which was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted right from the get-go. It was nice, clean. The weights, I mean, some things look a little funky in the background, but honestly not that bad, to be honest. So it passes. I like it. We used that shot. And then I also did like a close-up tall, right? Because I wanted a 9x13. So I had to specify, hey, make this tall. So make it 9x16, and it gave me the 9x16, and that was perfect. It was golden. So it's really nice because Google Veo 3.1, it understands motion. Honestly, many of the top video models, AI video models, it does a really good job with motion and just filling in the gaps. Like make her doing lunges, and it was showing her doing lunges. Like it did look a little funky, I'm not gonna lie. If with the extended video, you can see it's a bit shorter. I had to cut some pieces because she was doing lunges, but it was also like she was going up and down kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It just looked a little weird.
I focus and get things done.
So I cut it right before she started going down again, because it was just like, it looked funky, and like no one works out like that. But it works because it gave me enough footage to work with, and then I cut it right where I needed it, right where it started looking a little weird, and no one will know. Only me, the video editor. So again, just going through all these reference images, I didn't like her style. It looked too formal. I didn't really like that. So I told it to change her outfit. I liked this outfit a lot more. Green made this water bottle pop just a little bit more in my opinion. And it complemented just the environment a bit more. So anyway, I used that image. I told it to give me like a close-up of her typing on the keyboard, and the keyboard actually got it like right, QWERTYU. So the keyboard actually looks really nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks very authentic and real. I remember the days where you would generate an image with any bit of text, specifically like keyboards or signs on billboards or whatever, and it just got completely wrong. Like it was either gibberish or like looked like some foreign language or something alien-like. But it's really cool to see how these image generation models how far they've come. So anyway, that's kind of enough of how I go about like prompting Gemini to get images, reference images, and then eventually hiking. And I'm like, cool, but I want her in a warmer climate. I want her in like shorts and a short sleeve. So this is what it gave me. I loved it. Loved the sunglasses. That's what it gave me. Car, right? She's driving in the car. There's cactuses. It fits with her environment, hiking with cactuses. Maybe she's in Arizona or New Mexico, maybe southern Utah. But yeah, all of these images I'm generating over and over. And then I wanted like a side angle view of the water bottle in her backpack. Cool. Same. It does a great job at character consistency with the props, the lighting, the style, the outfit. The face is like the hardest thing to keep consistent, but like with sunglasses, it makes it easier to stay consistent and do several iterations. And then I wanted one of her like walking away from the camera. So again, everything consistent. Water bottle looks nice and normal in here. I remember, that reminds me, I remember when I was generating this image right here in the car, this water bottle looked a little weird sitting super high up in the cup holder. It didn't look nice. So I said, hey, make the water bottle appear lower in the cup holder. And it did, but I'm like, whoa, that's a deep cup holder. Like, look how low that thing is sitting. So I'm like, okay, that's a bit too low. Now make the water bottle a little higher in the cup holder. This one is too low. And this is as close as I got it to looking realistic right here. That looks more authentic, like a real cup holder. So we went with that image. Other than that, yeah, I experimented with like, I wanted like an end scene of like her drinking water. I gave it like some reference images from Google, like of this ad for Fiji water bottle. But it put her in this like exercise headband. I didn't really like that. Also, like, who drinks water like this? No one drinks water like that. And so I was like, okay, make it so that like her lips are making contact with the water bottle. That looked good, but also it wasn't fitting. So what I ended up doing was inside of Canva, this is where Canva does come in handy. Again, this is just me like resizing all the images and getting rid of the watermarks. So what I was able to do inside of Canva was I was able to upload the product image and zoom in on it. So this was my start frame for the end scene. So this scene right here, this end scene.
Flow bottle. Hydration that goes where you go.
I combined this start scene right here, start scene and end scene. Here, let me delete that. And end scene right there. So I just came up with like a design. I looked up like logos for the letter F and came up with this flow bottle, right? That's the logo for flow bottle. And then if I Command Z, I just wanted to make sure that it was directly behind the water bottle. So I changed the opacity or the transparency right there. So I could know that it was exactly aligned with the previous image. Anyway, delete that. I combined these two image start frame, end frame, and it gave me this right here.
Flow bottle. Hydration that goes where you go.
And you can see, so when you generate images, when you generate videos and images, you can see all of your history. So this is the history with each one. So this one, you can see my start image and my end image right there. Oops, I don't know what I did there. Here, let me refresh. I don't want to mess anything up. So start image, end image. My prompt was still camera shot. The woman's hand comes into view from the top right and grabs the water bottle, picks it up and takes the bottle out of the shot from the same direction that the hand entered. When the bottle is removed, the logo is revealed. Just like that. That's exactly what happened. The logo is revealed. It's great. It wasn't exactly what I was going for. I wanted the logo to just be there immediately instead of like appearing into view. Like with that transition, I wanted it to just show up immediately. Like as the bottle is moved out of frame, the logo is slowly revealed as if it's like sitting behind the water bottle. But that's probably just a thing on my part where I need to get more specific with my prompt engineering. But yeah, you can see all the things that you used. You can reuse if you want to reuse or recreate. You can do recreate right there. All of these images, right? So like I mentioned, the hardest part is coming up with the script and the copy for the ad or your social media video, whatever it is, and then the reference images. If you can get that much, you're pretty much there. And then it's just a matter of giving it a simple descriptive prompt for the video generation, and you're good to go. Like it nails it pretty much every single time. Woman starts hiking on the trail away from the camera. Start image, end image, and that's exactly what we got right here. It's pretty easy stuff. Like it used to be harder to generate images, but these AI video generation tools have become so good. This one right here, a close-up start frame of the water bottle in the cup holder, and then it zooms out to like a backseat view of her driving on the way to go hiking, right? And there's some consistency flaws. You can see right here, she's wearing pants right here, but like technically she's wearing shorts. So there's some consistency issues. There was something where I caught where she was wearing a tank top. So you can see right there, she's wearing like a white tank top underneath the covers. You can see barely. But then as she wakes up, all of a sudden she's in like full blown, like these pajamas. So there are some flaws you need to pay careful attention to if you're wanting to create like a truly professional, like flawless video. Pay attention to these little tiny details, specifically what they're wearing in the start frame and the end frame, and as you're transitioning to different scenes, make sure it's staying consistent. So there are some things to point out there. Anyway, yeah, so that's Nano Banana Pro, right? Creating the character images in Gemini, or you can do it inside of ElevenLabs. Remember, inside of ElevenLabs, if you want to create images, you just switch to the image right there and then select your model. I recommend the Nano Banana Pro. It will tell you how many credits will cost for each one. That's nice. And by the way, I think each one on the creator plan, I do believe it tells you how many images are included. So you can create up to like 660 images on the creator plan, which is $11 a month, or videos included. You can generate 705 seconds. Now that's based on like the lowest, the cheapest model. So that kind of brings me to Google Veo 3.1. I want to talk about pricing with the Veo 3.1. You can, so for the pricing, Google Flow, like if you don't want to use ElevenLabs and you're just trying to generate images and then throw it into your own video editor of choice, you can go the Google Flow route, which is significantly cheaper. Like it's super duper cheap. The Google Flow, which is this platform right here. Let me pull that up for you guys. It's this guy right here. It's labs.google/fx/tools. I'll have this document for you guys that you can just reference it. The only downside is it comes with a watermark. So that's the downside. That's why it's so cheap. It's like we're talking 20 cents to $1 for like a full 8-second clip. Versus if we're using Google Veo 3.1 through the Gemini API, which is what ElevenLabs is doing, then the cost looks more like this right here. The cost is anywhere from $3.20 up to $6. And I think that's for an 8-second clip. Yeah, cost per 8-second clip. So it's about half that for a 4-second clip. But anyway, ElevenLabs, it's using the same Gemini API. If you're building out an automation inside of make.com where you're calling upon the Gemini API to create videos, you're looking at this pricing right here. So it's definitely a lot more expensive. Cost per second, this is what probably helps a little bit more. So 40 cents per second versus 2.5 cents per second. That's the cost difference between Google Flow, right, which is a subscription based tool that they have right here, or just generating through the API. But there's pros and cons with everything. So the con with Google Flow is there's a watermark. The con with Google AI Studio is it's more expensive and it just gives you the raw video file. That's it. There's no video editor with the API. There's nothing. That's why my choice is ElevenLabs, because it's a fully built out tool. So ElevenLabs Studio, it's a fully built out tool where I have access to every single image model, every single video model. I have access to generate sound effects and add those sound effects to my video on this timeline right here that I can edit. I have access to music. I can create my own music. I can add or import video files. I can add voices, so voiceovers, right? So I literally just added the entire script and I chose my voice. So this is the voice that I chose. It's Marissa. It generated the script and it propagated nicely for me in my timeline. And then, on top of all of that, you can add captions onto your video as well, which is very, very convenient. So that's my choice. ElevenLabs, you have access to all of that stuff. It's all built out. You don't need to build out any back-end automations. If you're doing that, right, I'm sure there might be some use cases, but if you're doing that more often than not, you're probably overcomplicating by building out N8N or make.com workflows for something like this. Just use an existing tool out there, and my choice is ElevenLabs, but there's others out there as well. The last thing I want to touch on, tips and tricks for you guys when it comes to editing out your timeline inside of ElevenLabs Studio. I want to talk about how to edit the video, how to add footage, how to add the voiceovers, how to kind of, stuff that I just learned along the way. So let's go back to, this is the final project. So this is my Flow Bottle 2 ad, but let me go back to projects and let me go to number 1. So I think this is where, I'm gonna delete that voiceover right here and I'm gonna show you how I went about just adding the scenes. So if you wanna add any video scenes to the timeline, right, this is essentially the same timeline you can see right here. But if you want to add any video, you can go right here. You can create video right here within the studio. So you can do that right there. Select your model, the aspect ratio, duration, audio, all that stuff, other filters, resolution, fire away. And then once that appears, you'll have your video library right here. So all these videos I have generated. It took me 2 attempts for this keyboard one. But yeah, the bedside one I got right away. That one as well. Gym one, got that right away. You can click and drag this to add to any part in the timeline, whatever video you want. You can do that, just add it to the timeline, go ahead, review it. You can shorten it and lengthen it. It's just like any other video editing tool. You just grab the end of the clip and you can either, by default, it's as long as it is. So you can either shorten it and then if you want to go back a bit and lengthen it, you can do that and cut it right where you need to. And again, remember, this is in beta, so it still is a little bit buggy. And there were times where it kind of froze, like this over here, the preview. When I would hit play, it would freeze and I couldn't really see it. And so what I would have to do is I just have to go hit refresh on the entire screen and then boom, it works. So it is a little bit buggy, not gonna lie. So let's say I want to generate some text with voices. what I can do is, so it says you can start typing here or paste in any text you want to turn into lifelike speech. So I think they do that with, so voices, I think they do that with like slash commands. If you want to do like captions or whatever, you can do / and then you can either tell it to generate a sound effect or a video or text, right? So we would do text. If you want to do like captions, like a heading 1, start typing here or paste in any text you want to turn into lifelike speech. Okay, so maybe that's also speech, but that might be captions. I don't know. I guess I didn't make it that far. So let's go to text / text. Let's generate text. You select your voice that you want to use. So I like to use Marissa. You can go through all of your saved voices if you have that, but they also have like some of their popular voices right there. And once you're done, you paste in the text right here. You don't use this at all. This actually generates like a specific voice for you. So a young male with a clear, warm voice, blah, blah, blah. And then you can select your preferences. Don't do that unless you're trying to create a brand new unique voice, right? Just choose from their, in my opinion, just choose from their existing library, their voices. So you can do saved voices or the best voices for their V3 model, which is their latest. You can do professional voice clones, instant voice clones. You can choose your own voice if you've cloned your own voice. That's also nice. But yeah, the text that you want either the voiceover or the character to speak, that's what you throw in right here. So if we go to, let's see, let me go to Studio, let me go to Project 2, and I'm just gonna copy this right here. I'm gonna copy this text. This is the copy that I modified. So remember, Gemini spit it out for me, and then I just took it and like cut out a few parts that I didn't like or changed the wording a little bit. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna copy in anything that you want spoken in your video. So you can see it populates right here, and you can see it's kind of not grayed out, but it's kind of, it's not completely generated yet. So you need to hit generate. So select your voice, hit generate. It'll take just a matter of a few seconds, and then boom, you'll have that whole paragraph will then be a voiceover.
Every day starts the same. I wake up and I move. Pushing limits takes fuel. I focus and get things done. Life never slows down, and I'm always on the go. Hydration shouldn't be what holds me back. Flow bottle. Hydration that goes where you go.
Just like that, it fit perfectly. You might have to make a few generations to get it to line up perfectly with your ad or with your video. But yeah, that's one way of how you can go about generating. In my opinion, I would get your timeline. I would add all of the videos that you need. Add that and cut it down, trim some of the videos down to where you like it, expand or trim them down, get all of that situated first, the video footage that is, and then at the very end, that's my recommendation, the very end is where you want to add in the voiceover. That's just my opinion. Or if you're wanting to do something like this, so let me go to this other project. So back to projects, let's go to this guy right here. Let me export this actually, or let's hit play really quick.
Champions are made when no one is watching.
I generated this video using Google 3.1. I I instructed it to say, so this is the original audio that came from Google 3.1, Veo 3.1 that is. If I want to change the voice, so I want to use my voice or a woman's voice, whatever I want to do, right? A more masculine voice, a more serious voice, whatever it is, I can actually lip sync audio with ElevenLabs. I can generate audio and have it sync up with the video. So to do that, how you'd go about doing that is you'd go to transcribe and edit speech. So you're in edit right here. You click on the video file itself in the timeline, go to transcribe and edit speech. So it will transcribe and edit everything for you. Boom, champions are made when no one is watching, and it'll have the original audio file for you down here.
Champions are made when no one is watching.
So right there, boom, you're good to go. If you want, you can change the voice.
I have never been hurt by anything I didn't say.
Let's go with Lily. So I can select Lily, and then I can hit generate, and it will sync up and be
Champions
exact.
are made when no one is watching.
Let me click back really quick and show you how it syncs up perfectly.
Champions are made when no one is watching.
And just like that, we have synced up lips and new audio. So new voices. If you want to add sound effects, you can do that. They have a bunch of sound effects available for you, or you can create them by just giving a simple prompt. Like if you want like a swoosh, or you want some background gym noises of like people boxing, like in the gym, you can do that. You can just describe what you want. Boom, it generates the audio, and then you click and drag that audio down onto the timeline. Same thing goes for music, and then captions. It's just a matter of importing like your captions, text, throwing in the text that you want, selecting your style, and you're good to go. When you're all done with your video project, what you do is you go up here to the export, and then you select the type. Do you want the audio? Do you want the video? All that stuff. Let's say I want the video. Let's do export. This one's gonna be really quick. It exports in MP4. And then when the video is ready, you can download right here. So hit download, and you now have the video file. So we can click that.
Champions are made when no one is watching.
Boom, just like that. No watermarks, great quality. It wasn't too hard to make. 2 thumbs up. That's basically the whole tutorial for you guys. I'll have this document available for you. So I have tips such as image prompt tips for using Nano Banana Pro. If you want to get super specific, you don't want to burn through a lot of credits, make sure your prompt follows this formula right here. This is the perfect formula based on Google's specifications for their models. You want the main subject, you want the action and the context, you want the art medium, you want the style and the vibe, you want the lighting and the camera, and the technical boosters. So I explain what every one of these means for you, and that will help you generate the perfect prompt every single time. Again, the hardest thing is just get your key frame, your reference images, your start and your end frame images exact where you want it. And then honestly, the video prompt, it's a lot easier than what I have here for you guys, this 5-part cinematic formula. I would recommend, the only time I would actually recommend you guys follow this 5-part formula, right? So cinematography, the subject, the action, the context, and the style and ambiance. The only way, or the only time I would really have you guys really focus and make sure you get every part is if you're generating this stuff through like the API without any reference images. Make sure that you get this dialed in. Otherwise, you're going to be blowing through so much money, so many video credits. But honestly, like I mentioned, I'm going to say it again. I always sound like a broken record with these things. Image prompt. Get your image prompt down, get your images, your reference images down to how you like them. And the rest is so easy. You honestly can't go wrong. Video models now fill in a lot of the gaps. I hope you guys enjoy this tool. ElevenLabs, they really do have a lot of momentum going for them. Their platform's turning into a full-blown creative app. Not just generating voices, not just voice AI agents anymore. It's a full-blown studio for anything AI creative. It's a really cool tool. And I'll definitely be using this for one of my ads coming up here soon. Thanks, guys.